Hello everyone, and thank you for having me here. I want to thank you for coming. I also want to share with you some reasons for success, even though most of you successful students will probably not benefit from them. Since you are already hardworking and intelligent, you will probably reject my comments immediately. A few of you may be lazy enough to get something out of it. However, let's get to the point. There are many extremely clever people in this world, and there are a lot of well-educated people who seem unable to succeed. This is partly because they have been wrongly taught from an early age. They have developed this habit of being excessive, diligent, and hardworking. I bet most of you must be aware of the existence of Thomas Edison. He was an American inventor who was described as being America's greatest inventor. He, to his credit, has inventions like power generation, mass communication, and motion pictures. And many of these people remember Edison for this phrase, the one that says that being a genius requires 99% of hard work and the remaining 1% is only just inspiration. They have led their steps by this saying for their entire lives. But I'm telling you right now that this saying is wrong. If you slowly walk forward with just diligence, and only diligence, in the end you will just be left with nothing. Because Edison himself was in fact too lazy to consider the real reasons for his success. That is why he came up with that phrase that has cheated the whole world. So it is time for us that we change these facts. Some of you may be thinking that I'm talking nonsense, but bear with me here. Let me give you just one couple of examples that will prove you wrong. Because facts after all are the most important arguments. So let's begin with fast food, okay? In Argentina we have Mostaza, which is a great place to spend the afternoon with your friends. But let's take the most successful company as an example. That is to say McDonald's. Its boss was so lazy, too lazy to study the refinements of French cooking or the complex skill needed to cook Chinese food. So he just took a piece of bread and stuck a piece of meat between these two breads, and as a result, the whole world has this M sign all over it. Now, for example, the richest man in Earth, Bill Gates, was a programmer who was too lazy to study. So he went to school and dropped out. But he also was too lazy to remember all these algorithms and codes. So he just built a graphic interface, and as a result we have this program called, how is it called? I forgot its name, I'm just too lazy to remember its name. So as a result we have that the entire world uses this interface that we call Windows. And he has become the world's richest man. Then there is the most valuable brand on earth, Coca-Cola. The boss of Coca-Cola was even more lazy than Bill Gates. Let's see, Argentina has this mate which has a venerable history, and the coffee in Brazil is also delicious, but this man was so lazy to go looking for them, so he just mixed water, sugar, mixed it and put it in a bottle and called it just Coca-Cola. And the rest is history. Now the entire world is drinking this beverage now that looks like blood. There you have football. You know who the best player in the world is? Messi, who is fundamentally too lazy to move around the field. He just stands before the goal, waits for the ball to come near him, and then he just kicks the ball and scores. And he's one of the highest paid athletes in the world. People overrate him and say that he runs so fast with the ball, more than anyone, but it's not true. Other people run for 90 minutes and he just ran for 15 seconds and scores. So naturally he's considered to be really fast. But there are other more lazy people who are clever, For example, there are people who are lazy to climb stairs, so they invented escalators. There are people who were lazy to walk and they invented cars, trains, and they were too lazy to kill people one by one, so they invented atomic bombs. They were too lazy to calculate, so invented calculators. Oh yes, so lazy to give more examples. And then there's another bit of nonsense that I want to mention about how you have to be always in constant motion to stay healthy. So how many athletes do you see old? Not so many, right? Because the longest living people are those said to be living a quiet life free of responsibilities and troubles. So what would our lives be like if we were like all these lazy people? I'm really too lazy to think about it, but people and animals are alike. For example, the turtle is said to be the longest living animal on Earth. Well, turtles have a secret. You know, they just scratch there, doing nothing, just to live 1,000 years old. But there are rabbits who are very diligent and run around all the time. And if you put them together, who wins? Also, you have pandas who are too lazy. They do nothing at all. They just sit there next to a piece of bamboo, eating all day. What do people do with them? They just protect them and call them national treasures. So, going back to our topic, you see people lazing around here in the campus of this university, but aren't they the ones that will make of this world a better place? Yet you see them lazing around, complaining about their exams, but at the same time, diligently organizing their schedules to make a real efficiency of their times. All these examples are just to clarify the fact that this world relies on lazy people to move forward. The world is marvelous thanks to them, so we all should be aware of their lacks of success. Laziness is, of course, not being stupidly lazy. If you want to be able to work less, you have to find ways to do it. Clever ways to allow yourself to be lazy. That is, you have to adopt a style of being lazy, a lazy state of mind, like myself, who has been really lazy my entire life, and that's the state of mind that I recommend you to cultivate. Thank you all again for your time.